Hello, guys, and welcome back to an episode of the Movie Hoppers about a movie we never talked about before. Isn't that right? We have yet to talk about this one. No, sir.
Absolutely correct.
Well, I have. Okay, I'm gonna key in my viewers and you because there's something that happened that you're not gonna fucking believe. But so we actually recorded a review for this and Anna on Friday, but I fucked up. The sound was forwarding to my speakers, yet Skype was going to my headphones, and GeForce went to my speakers because it's GeForce. And then on Saturday, I recorded a review with Not You, for yesterday, and that went well. I made sure to make sure my the sound was going to my headphones and everything was right, and GeForce was doing just fine. And I stopped the video, and the file wouldn't open. The video file was corrupted, and I could only recover about 50% of the audio, which isn't that bad until you realize that that 50% is interspersed with brief 3 second periods of silence every 5 seconds. So yeah, that wasn't even my fault. It just crapped out. So yeah, the essay review got corrupted too. So that's coming Monday. Yay! But hopefully I prevented that from happening again. Hopefully I have no fucking clue. But we're reviewing Annabelle, and that's what matters right now. So, because I have no clue, what did you think of Annabelle Comes Home, the third Annabelle movie in the Annabelle series?
Well, since we just saw this and it's
Yes.
we have no previous reviewing of
Uh
this,
huh.
I thought it was good,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, I know.
wasn't the best, but it was a movie
Yeah.
that they made.
I thought it was like okay, I guess. Again, it was a movie. It wasn't good as and well. I guess we should also talk about our past history with the franchise. I saw Annabelle 2, which I liked, and The Nun, which I didn't, and La Llorona, which was okay. And I think this movie is not as good as Annabelle 2, but it is better than La Llorona, which I guess isn't saying that much. But yeah, so that's where it stands on my charts. How about you? Where does it stand on your Conjuring Cinematic Universe chart?
Well, I've only seen the Conjuring movies, so I mean, compared to that, it was worse than the Conjuring movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard those movies were like good, but
Yeah.
yeah. Fun fact about this one, a lot of the Conjuring Cinematic Universe movies have like really low budgets of like $5 to $9 million, single digit $1 million budgets, but they make returns of hundreds of millions, sometimes like $200 million on these minuscule budget. Now, a fun fact about Annabelle 2 is that this one was made for $27 million, which I found interesting and maybe even a sign that Warner Bros. Wants to make the series better because, like, it was doing just fine on those single digit budgets. Now they upped the budget, but I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue where the money went. It was like,
That CGI Wolf, dude.
oh yeah, that was an awful CGI wolf. They spent like
Yeah.
$5 on that one. That was no,
It's
no.
like, yo, what if we make it come out of the clouds and like manifest into a wolf and attack the guy?
Oh,
Oh, whoa!
wow, mind blown. Great idea. Let's make that into a movie. But like, yeah. So what happens in this movie is about um, if like I don't even know. I feel like the main part, like I guess maybe the third act, but like not really because this is longer than a usual third act. I feel like the main like scary part of the movie was like only 30 minutes long. I don't know. It just felt very short to me. Just like
Yeah,
overall, I feel like there should have been more of that. I guess night sequence. I don't even know what to call it, but there should have been more of it, especially because Annabelle isn't even really the main thing in this movie. This movie has a lot of other monsters, and they take precedence. And they are well. I mean, in this movie, I guess it's not spoiler because they reveal it in the first 5 seconds. But in this movie, it is revealed that Annabelle herself is actually like not haunted. I guess like she's like not
She's
haunted.
just a vessel
Yeah, she's just like a
for the
she's
spirits.
yeah she's like a beacon. She like attracts other spirits, to her, or something like that. And so yeah, not a lot of actual Annabelle stuff in it. It's more other spirits, just flying around doing their own shit. Which there was a lot. I mean, I guess there was a lot of variety in the spirits. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, like there was the wolf, which was awful. There was the dead people, um, and there was the TV. I think, and there was the
Yeah.
dress. There's a lot of movies. I mean, there's a lot of things. But I guess that almost is a problem because this movie does not feel long enough, at least to me, um, for it to be like, for it to have all these things. It feels overcrowded, to me at least. But,
And I think I recall you comparing this to Captain America: Civil War, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
like
Um,
bad.
I don't know why you would recall that. We've never even talked about this movie before. But that's a
Well,
great. Oh,
in the theater
yeah, in
when
the
we were
theater.
sitting there,
Well, we
and you're
definitely.
like, "Yo, this is like Civil War,
Oh, yeah.
right?"
I remember
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
happening.
you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a thing, and yeah, I mean it's like Civil War in as in like the Civil War wasn't really a Captain America movie; it was more like an Avengers movie, and yeah, that's basically this. This isn't really an Annabelle movie; it's more like a scary Avengers Conjuring movie, and I feel like a lot of this might have been set up for like a more cinematic universe Conjuring thing with like maybe the whatever man, what's his name? The ferryman,
Ferryman.
he's probably gonna have his own movie, I don't know, because they talk about him like a lot, even though he like never fucking shows up. He shows up like once. So they were doing like a lot of build up, so I'm guessing he's getting his own movie, but I don't know. But yeah, I've been talking about this for a very long time. How about you say something new and original?
All right. So, I very much agree with what you're saying, but I had my issues with the way the movie was paced
Mm.
and the way it was like cut and all that
Do you think it was
because
fast or slow?
um it was kind of faster. It was on the
Mm.
faster side, so it wasn't like drawing in some pages. Uh,
Pages.
it wasn't. Uh, yeah, it wasn't really slow in some parts, but there was like, yo, like, okay, so going to like cutting it when you're. I noticed when they finally got to a spooky scene and they were riding like, oh my god, this crazy thing is happening, and then they immediately cut away. Like the peak um bat like conflicts between like a spirit and a character in the movie was just there, and then it was gone. Like, and then they broke the tension. Which, to me, in a horror movie, you shouldn't break the tension. You know,
Mhm.
like it need. That's what makes it scary. That's what makes it suspenseful and puts you on edge and keeps you on edge. But cutting away to like a comic relief part of the movie right after they had a tense part and like getting rid of all that like spooky thing in a horror movie, I just don't think it was good. Like if they kept going with the tense part, I think it would have been more scary and I would have enjoyed it better and I might have actually gotten a little unnerved.
Hmm.
But I was not unnerved throughout the whole movie because frankly, I don't get scared of horror movies a lot. You have to like really freak me out to actually scare me for a horror movie. And I felt this movie was more like a comedy than anything.
Oh,
Then so yeah, it was it wasn't great.
oh. It's a shining recommendation right there. But are you talking about how like the movie would like cut between the two girls and the stupid girl, like a lot,
Yeah, and the boyfriend.
and the boyfriend? Yeah, you didn't like the.
Like
I mean,
he was a very unnecessary character,
uh,
okay? He did not need to be there.
yeah,
If they
but
got rid of that character, nothing would have changed.
yeah, Bob's got quite a set of balls for being in this movie. Ah,
Yep.
that
Ah.
was the joke. I just spoiled the whole movie. But yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of plays in to what I said is what I was thinking, but I don't remember the point I was making. But that doesn't matter. We'll just skip over that, and we'll just say, yeah, I guess there was pacing problems, and I didn't really, I guess, notice the tension thing, but I wasn't scared a lot, so maybe that was the reason why. And yes, but one thing I do want to talk about is how this movie unnecessarily promotes the Warrens as being good people, despite the fact that they were con artists. Yes, folks, you heard it here first. The people who claim to perform exorcisms and talk to spirits were complete cons and just did it for the money. And this movie kind of, I guess, well, the whole Conjuring universe kind of banks on the fact that the Warrens were right. But I mean, this movie tries so unnecessarily hard to make them seem like good people. Every outside the very, 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 very beginning of the movie, every word out of their mouth was something that tried to be funny, something that tried to be wholesome. Every scene they were in, besides the first one, was something wholesome. Everything just around them was just so fake, like, and it wasn't even like nothing really played off of that. There was really no reason for that to happen. It was just like like I said, nothing played off the fact that it was like super unnecessarily wholesome, so it wasn't necessary. It just was, and I found it very weird. And I found that Warner Bros was trying super duper hard to make the Warrens look like good people for like no reason, even though the fact that they tried to sue Warner Bros themselves and they're both dead anyway. So who even gives a fuck? But yeah, I just found that very weird. The beginning and end of the movie were very, very jarring because they seemed like PG family comedies, and this is an R-rated horror film, so that's a bit of a jump. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the beginning and ending, I guess is what I'm saying. They sucked. But do you see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The Warrens don't deserve this.
They don't deserve it. And
Yeah.
maybe
Mhm.
since she's dead now, and they made the movie after they're all finally dead, they can choose what they want in the movie,
Yeah.
and maybe the Warrens were making it actually scary, you know?
Yeah. The Warrens are doing this. Well, I feel like if anything else, they're bad parents for keeping all this stuff in their house and like not keeping the key on them at all times. I feel like that's kind of clumsy, but I don't know. I just feel like any scene with them in it totally just broke anything. I just were totally out of character for the movie. But whatever, they can do whatever they want. But yeah, maybe in the next movie, the Warrens will be a ghost that you see.
Ooh.
Ooh, scary. But yeah, um, and I know I've said this, but an eagle eye would notice if you saw this movie and Anna, you would notice that the cop guy in Anna that was in that one scene where the guy was like, "Oh, do you know what Anna is?" And he's like, "Anna's probably dead." And then the guy gets the message. That cop was the Warren, the guy, the dad in this movie. So this guy was in a movie named Anna and Annabelle that were released within a week of each other. So good on him. Transformative role right there. But yeah, that's what else is there to talk about? I feel like there's other things.
I don't remember like him being in Anna though. Like I
I
don't. I mean, it's probably because I wasn't really paying attention to the end of the Anna because I
uh
really just wanted to leave because I hated that movie.
huh.
But um, you know,
Yeah,
yeah,
I do know, as a matter of fact. Um,
yeah.
but I think a problem with this movie is that felt like it felt, despite the fact that I had a heightened budget, compared to even the Nun in La Llorona, this movie felt like a TV episode more than an actual movie, just because of the pacing. It was so fucking fast. I mean,
Mhm.
it was really bad pacing. Did not like that. But unlike some people here, I did not have a problem with Bob. Despite the fact that the joke that they did, the Bob's Got Balls joke, was disgustingly unfunny, and they should just not try for comedy in these movies. I don't think, because that's just
No, it's out of the genre. They're
yeah.
making a horror movie. They're not making a comedy horror
Well,
movie. They're making a
yeah.
horror movie,
I was
and
yeah.
and
I was gonna
it's
say
just
that comedy horror can exist.
it can
Yeah,
exist, but this was not what they were doing.
yeah,
They were making a horror movie that had comedic elements in it that should not have been in there.
yeah. It felt way too forced. I mean, my problem is that in Annabelle 2, a good movie, um, the it obviously it wasn't 100% scary 100% of the time, but the tone stayed throughout. It
Mhm.
stayed constant. So the movie flowed better. It felt like a movie. This movie, quote unquote, feels like three different sets of scenes. One that's really happy go lucky, one that's scary, and then one that's happy go lucky again. And it just feels like so divided, like tonally, like it just doesn't work. It just does not work. But I mean, why even talk about that when again we can talk about how crowded this movie is? Just so many fucking monsters, so many things that are totally either underdeveloped or they spend all their time developing it, so it can't really do anything interesting. Which I guess that's why I think that there's gonna be a cinematic universe, which. But I think they should have just why even develop the monsters? Just show them to us and we can figure it out. Don't
Yeah.
spend time developing it. I'd rather have the underdeveloped monsters than the overdeveloped monsters, but hey, you need that cinematic universe, I guess. Do you think there's going to be a Conjuring cinematic universe?
Probably. I mean, I don't know about like a universe, but I definitely like think there will be more in the franchise.
Yeah, cuz I feel like that maybe they're trying to make Annabelle like the Avengers, because those are like, and the Annabelle movies are like super popular. But I guess maybe they're going to try to do that again because reasons, I guess. Um, because she is like a bastion for all the spirits. So any movie that Annabelle is in, all the other spirits can be in. So it works
Hmm.
out. Also, the real life Annabelle doll is just a Raggedy Ann doll. So
Yeah.
it's like
And I personally think that would have been scarier than this really poor, like pathetic looking doll. Like, oh yeah, let's make it look scary and then it's going to be scary. But if it looks innocent but is scary, really like that would be more like jarring. Like it's a personality difference,
yeah,
you know? It's like a rabid bunny, you know what I mean?
uh
Like
huh,
it's cute looking, but it will attack you.
yeah,
So like to me, I think like having a Raggedy Ann doll with its like little cute little face, being the evil thing instead of this evil looking doll because for some reason they thought that was a good idea to make it look as evil as possible so people would know like, oh, that's an evil doll.
mhm.
But like to have a Raggedy Ann doll, I think it would be better.
Oh, wow, hot take. Um, yeah, I see what you mean. I think this is still scarier than Raggedy Ann doll, even if it was like evil. But I get where you're coming from. It's a hot take. Um, what else happens in this movie? Since we don't want to spoil anything, we won't go into spoiler talk yet, unless we want to. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about here?
Shit, there was something.
Oh no.
um, all right, never mind. Just go. Yeah,
Okay.
let's just go.
Yeah, whatever. We're getting
Yeah.
spoiler talk now. So the ending where the girl, all her friends go over her house for her birthday, it's completely undeserved and makes no sense and totally supports my claim that this movie is happy-go-lucky for no reason at all. And the fact, like at the end, I saw she had her birthday party. She was like all alone. She was a loner, and I was like, oh okay. So the parents must have banned the babysitter and her friend from their house because they let all these spirits go. They shouldn't be allowed back in this house. But
Right.
no, everybody just comes in and everybody's happy. Everybody's cool. And yeah, totally undeserved. No reason for this at all. They just is it okay? Was there a reason why these kids came to her house all of a sudden, despite not wanting to be there in the
No,
beginning?
because they didn't want to in the beginning. They were scared of her. They were scared of
Yes.
their house, and no one wanted to come over their house because they were scared. They were like,
Yeah.
"No, that's a haunted house and it's creepy, and I don't want to go over there."
Uh huh.
But since oh, the babysitters were okay, and the one bully of the little girl was the other babysitter's brother. The girl talked to her brother and everything was okay. And they were like, "Oh yeah, everything's okay. So now we're just gonna go over her house and have a good birthday time." Yeah, but it's completely undeserved because
Yeah.
no one wanted to go over there, and
No,
it was like a complete 180 to what happened at the beginning.
it was
So
stupid.
it should have just been the little girl having a birthday by herself. And maybe the babysitters came over, like that would have been okay.
Yeah.
But having a whole class come over doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's I don't know, and I guess the Warrens are just amazing people, but I for one would not let anybody who let out spirits in my house back in my house. Um, that was a bad idea. I don't know. I feel like they at least the babysitter's friend should have been like banned from the Warrens' house or something for being such an idiot. But
Yeah.
whatevs.
Well,
Doesn't.
that was the other thing. The motivation. Like, she only came over their house like, because she thought she would be able to talk to her dad
Yeah.
that died. And that, like, so dumb. Like, if she just didn't come over, nothing would have happened.
Yeah. Well, I guess a lot of these horror movies kind of are like
Right.
something small happens and it just blows up, you know. But
And I don't like
you
that.
don't like that?
No, because it's like if that one little thing didn't happen, nothing would have happened. And it's like such a stupid reason. Like if it was a better reason, it'd be okay. But if it like she felt guilty because she was driving the car and got in an accident and her dad died and she's like, "Oh my God, it's not my fault." And like no. I don't care. I don't care. Just leave. Don't go over the house. Because she wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Like, it
yeah,
wasn't allowed. Like, that thing wasn't allowed. Like, little kid wasn't supposed to have anyone over, and the babysitter wasn't supposed to have anyone over. It was just supposed to be the babysitter and the girl. It wasn't supposed to be the babysitter, the friend, and the girl. No. The friend isn't, like, they're not supposed to be there.
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's why I thought they would have fired the babysitter too, because it's kind of her fault indirectly. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like the babysitter's friend is kind of, I got it. I got why she did it. She was like, Yeah, my dad's dead. Let me drop a line or something. Let me see if this works. This is so stupid, but I'm desperate. I killed my dad. That kind of sucks. I want to
Yeah,
talk to
like
him.
I understand it, but it's just annoying
Yeah.
and
Well,
it's
I
dumb.
feel like as far as like horror movie, um, like, um, I guess plots. I don't know. As far as horror movie like plots go, that's not that bad. You
No,
know,
it's not that bad, but
I've seen
still.
worse. Like the Truth or Dare. Have you ever seen the movie Truth or Dare?
No.
Okay,
That was another movie that I'm like, nah, I'm
yeah,
good.
yeah, that was a good idea. Um, yeah, but I mean, like, as far as that goes, um, I guess one thing I did enjoy, even though I'm not religious, I did enjoy like the fact that there was a lot of religious. I don't know. This is weird, but I kind of enjoyed the fact that there's like a lot of religious implications because I don't know. I just kind of found again. I'm not religious. I just kind of found that cool, like that it's kind of trying to base it on some type of set of rules or something like that. And
Hmm.
I don't know, I thought, hey, most horror movies don't do that. They just do what they do because they want to. And this one is just like, it follows some kind of rule set, which is kind of cool. Um, yeah, most movies don't follow rules, not even the rules it establishes. But this movie's like, this movie probably doesn't fall.
Endgame.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like this movie follows any rule of Christianity, or I don't
No.
know, whatever religion. Um, but at least it pretends, which is a lot better than most movies do. Most movies don't even try. But hey, that's kind of cool. Um, I can't wait till the Conjuring X Passion of the Christ movie. When is it coming out, Warner Bros? When are you gonna do it? Come on, we know you want to so bad. You'd make so much money. But yeah,
That movie unnerved many more people than this one,
yes,
you know?
yes,
So take some notes, bruh.
yeah. Um, but this movie, um, yeah. I mean, also, I guess that movie also aroused more people than this one. So this Annabelle movie is just worthless. Just see
Yeah,
Passion of the Christ. If you want to be scared
yeah,
or aroused, you got it. There we go.
you
I
got it.
I
Two in
would
one pack.
yeah. Um, I feel like it's only for a certain type of people though. That Passion of the Christ movie. I feel like you have to be Christian and not, I guess, of Roman descent or Jewish. I feel like Jewish people don't like that movie, but
Oh, who cares?
enough. Nobody cares. I don't know, but that movie was like the top grossing R-rated movie in America for a while before Deadpool came out. Can you believe that? Fucking Passion of the Christ. But
Wow.
yeah, those religious people, they won't see R-rated movies unless it has Jesus in it. Take
Yeah.
notes,
I
Quentin
mean,
Tarantino. apparently they again apparently they're gonna make a sequel to the Passion of the Christ. I read that.
with what?
Well, it's like it would be about Jesus's 3 days in hell, and then him coming back to life. Like that's what they said.
How are they gonna make a full length feature film for that? That's like a short film.
Well, you see, short films don't make money.
Oh, of course. But
And
that concept is like, how are they gonna stretch that out?
I don't know. I mean, they made a movie all
Make him
about
walk a
torture.
lot or something?
I mean, I would love to have it be like some kind of psychedelic movie, but I know they're not gonna do that. But that would be cool. But
Yeah,
that would be cool to see Jesus trip the fuck out with the devil. I'd like that very much. But
yeah.
I mean, wasn't the first movie just all about torturing Jesus for 2 hours?
I think so.
I mean, they stretched that out. I mean,
Yeah.
my browser videos are only 40 minutes long, so that's kind of impressive. But anyway, back to whatever movie we were happen to be talking about. Annabelle Comes Home. Um, yeah, somehow we got to Passion of the Christ. But
Yeah.
but I mean, it's it's okay.
It's okay.
It's
It's not one
okay.
of their best.
How about this? I don't think we've said a single good thing. I mean, I said the religion thing, but that's kind of bullshitty and very specific to me. But we both said we both ripped this movie a new asshole. So how about we both say something good about it, starting with you.
Starting with me.
Starting with you.
Because I'm so good at coming up with positive things about
You're
movies.
such a positive
Um,
person here.
yeah. Let's see. The kid actor was good.
Okay.
Usually, like children actors, are not great, but she was pretty good.
Now my
She didn't
turn.
like
Oh,
she
okay.
didn't like take me out of the movie at
Yeah.
all. That was nice.
Yeah, she was good.
Hmm.
Um, one thing I liked was the fact that I wasn't really bored for a lot of it because since the movie is so much throwing shit at you and it feels like it's 10 minutes long, I wasn't really bored. So that's a good thing. I just kind of wished there was more of it. I mean, this movie was like 1 hour 40 minutes, but it felt way shorter than that, which could be seen as a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. But like,
And I should take notes.
yeah,
Make that
it's
thing shorter.
oh yeah,
Oh
but like,
man.
this movie felt very short. Um, like I wish it was longer. I wish it felt longer. I wish there
Hmm.
was more meat on the bones. I feel like there just wasn't a lot. I wish it was more focused. Uh, they should have just
Well,
made it.
Joe, you're getting into the negatives any
Oh,
now.
damn it.
Don't get into the negatives.
Oh, sorry.
Think positive.
I'm just, I'm just like the nut job too. I'm naughty by nature, except I'm negative by nature. Oh man. But like, I guess I would go back into the negatives. They're more fun anyway. Uh, like this, it just should have been like Annabelle too. They should have just been focused on the doll, the stupid doll doing stupid doll things. But then the movie's like, nope, Annabelle's not really haunted, and you're like, lame as shit. I don't want to watch this anymore. And then it kind of has to justify its own existence, so it has 100,000 fucking spirits coming out of the closet to haunt you. And yeah, should have been more
So
focused.
if Annabelle was more like Chucky, would you like it better?
Um, I mean, I guess so. I mean, the only Chucky I've seen was the 2019 remake, which was a very different movie than this. Um, so I guess I don't really have a good reference point, but I guess
Well, so if the doll itself was possessed, would you like the movie better?
well, I mean, it doesn't. I guess it doesn't have to be possessed, but I feel like the fact that they say that it's not possessed, kind of made the writers think, oh crap, we can't have the doll move around anymore. We can't have the doll just move around anymore. It won't be scary, even though it would still probably be scary. And the movie The Boy did that like already. But anyway, um, like oh, it can't be scary, so let's do something else. I feel like Annabelle not being possessed is the reason why the movie is what it is. So I
Hmm.
guess that's why I didn't
But they still
like it.
could have focused on like one or two spirits instead of all the spirits that they put into the movie, right?
Yeah, they could have
Yeah.
done that. That would have been smart. Or like I said, this isn't like Captain America: Civil War. It's like Justice League. There's one or two characters that have been developed and that you actually know, and the rest are just totally random people that you're not excited for and don't do anything cool, and nobody
Hmm.
likes the movie because of it. But like, I mean, this movie kind of felt like a haunted house.
Yeah.
It's like they're just walking through a haunted house. I'm like, oh, I can do that in real life. Who cares? So, yeah, great movie. We all liked it very much.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna
Oh,
say.
sound like you
We'll
just
just
got
we'll
punched.
go
Okay,
Okay.
go.
You yeah. No, I did not get punched. Anyway,
Damn.
uh, I did not like the jump scares,
Oh,
and I usually don't like jump scares, but these ones I especially did
boo.
not like.
Did I get you?
No.
Fuck.
But so like going back, because I've only seen the Conjuring movie and like the Insidious movies.
Uh huh.
Those are the only movies I've seen. But in Insidious, they subvert your expectations
Oh.
of where the jump scare is going to be, because you're thinking like, oh, it's gonna pop up in a mirror. Oh, it's gonna be like right outside the car. But instead of like right outside, like in the mirror, it's like in the sink or something, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's somewhere else.
Uh huh.
So, but in this movie, you you're thinking like, oh, they're gonna like not have it just pop up right outside the car window and like pop up in the back seat of the car after the camera turns. But they do exactly that, and it's frustrating because I'm like, you know what they're doing already, and it takes the shock value out of it.
Yeah.
Especially in like when the babysitter is walking down that hallway from like with the ferryman, um, and the Annabelle doll is in the casket with her holding the doll, like, and then it screams after she tries to take the doll out of the hands,
Yeah.
and like I knew that it was going to scream or do something because like you you can't, there has to be like a consequence for taking the doll. It can't just like, oh, I got the doll, you know?
Yeah.
But but also it was like weirdly timed because it's like you already figured out like something was going to happen.
Uh huh.
So it wasn't scary when they actually did it because they ran out of the times period where it would have been kind of jarring
Yeah.
because they did it like right at the end and then they cut the scene.
Mm.
Again, they cut the scene. So they cut the tension, and it didn't make it scary.
Yeah, you don't get to see anything that happens in that room.
Yeah,
Why
and she just
not?
throws the doll out, and then it's like, dude, get the doll, and it's like, what? A dark room shouts, "Get the doll," and put it back in the cage, and like, oh wow, that was spooky.
Yeah. I mean, like, I see what you mean, and I agree to an extent. Like, I could call all of these movies shots. Like, I knew when tension was building, just to let it down with a comedic scene, to subvert your expectations, keep you on your toes. But the problem is, it didn't keep you on your toes because I knew exactly when it was gonna happen and what they were doing with it. So, I always knew. I felt like I was always one step ahead of the movie, which is kind of bad for a horror movie. But with that scene that you described, I felt that I knew what was gonna happen, but that built for me it built tension because I was like, oh no, this is gonna happen. When is it gonna happen? They can do it any second. Oh no, she's almost there, and um, and that kind of built tension, for me. But I'm kind of
Well,
easy to scare, I guess. Maybe it didn't scare me. It just kind of built tension inside of me.
I
Like
just got bored from it.
you just got bored. Yeah,
Yeah, I was pretty bored.
yeah. I guess that explains why I like this movie slightly better than you. Um, but yeah. So 10 out of 10 from both of us, to be sure. Do you have anything else to say before we go to our number ratings?
No,
Okay.
I think I said everything.
Oh man, now here's the question. I've been waiting for this. What could you possibly rate this movie out of 10? What could it possibly be?
um, well, it wasn't great,
Mhm.
but it wasn't terrible.
No.
So, um, maybe uh, like 5.5, I
Five and a
guess.
half. Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go one higher than that. I'm gonna give that baby a 6.5.
Whoa.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I give it 6.5. Um, would you recommend this movie? Why or why not?
Um, I guess it's like I didn't really enjoy it, but I can see other people enjoying it because
Yeah.
like I really need something to freak me out to actually for like a horror movie to actually freak me out for me to get scared.
Uh huh.
So like me being this callous to a movie is like I don't it's like I'm not their audience, I guess I could say. Like more the people that get more scared watching horror movies would be a better person to actually see this.
Yeah.
So, um if you get scared at horror movies, go see it because it is kind of spooky in some parts, but like I didn't really get scared at all. But yeah, if you want to keep up with like the franchise, go see it. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
Now would I say my superior opinion, um, is that I guess if you liked Annabelle, don't go see this movie based on the fact that you liked that movie, because this one's totally different. It's totally different. It just don't go in expecting something like the same as like Annabelle 2. So I guess that's what I can say. And yeah, I don't know. I guess see it if you want. It was pretty tame for an R-rated horror movie, I've got to say.
Yeah.
But whatever. Do whatever you want, I guess. If you won't hate it, but you probably won't love it either. So just keep that in mind. So yeah. I guess we will redo the movies that we saw this week,
Yeah.
and by this week I mean last week. So you go first.
Okay. So I saw A Star is Born
Oh,
finally. I hated it. I
oh,
found it very boring and slow, and the ending was dumb.
hmm.
And I gave that a 6 out of 10. Um, I also saw finally finished like full fully watched Inglorious Bastards.
Oh,
I liked it. Christopher Waltz, A++ actor. Um, so I gave that a 8 out of 10. And I finally finished watching The Death of Stalin,
that's a
and
great
I
one.
loved this movie.
Hell
I was
yes.
laughing the whole time.
Fuck yeah.
So I gave that a 9.5 out of 10.
Good job. Good job. Good rating for a good movie.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's highest rating
yeah.
of anything so
Uh,
far.
I forget what the fuck did I talk about. Um, oh man, I must have erased all these movies from my memory. I saw. Did I talk about Train Spotting
Yeah,
like in the last episode or like?
like the last episode.
Okay, so Train Spotting. Um, I know I saw something probably, but we'll just pretend like I didn't. Oh man, I saw no movies. I'm a
Well,
loser. Um,
do you also rate Anna because we're not reviewing it?
no, we can. I mean, do you want to do that? I mean, we can't do it right now. We would have to do it later. But
Yeah.
do you want to do a
For
full
all
podcast,
reviewing?
Ivana?
I mean, not really. I don't really want to do it again.
Okay, then
Like
we won't.
I did not like that movie.
Yeah,
I'm like,
nobody's gonna watch that episode anyway. Nobody fucking gives a shit about Anna. So
yeah,
yeah. Okay, Anna from me got a 5.5.
I don't remember what I gave that one,
You
so I'm
gave
gonna
it like
give
a
it
3.5 or something.
3.5. All right, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah,
That's
3.5. It
we
sucked. I did
we
not like that
both.
movie.
So yeah, both good ratings all around. For Anna. So yeah.
Girl deserved better.
Yeah, and join me, not us. Tomorrow for when I review yesterday with my special guest Alex, and join us next week when we're gonna do Spider-Man: Far From Home, and
Yep.
I guess are you gonna see Midsummer?
It looked good, so yeah, probably.
Oh, Midsummer too. Wow. So yeah, I guess we'll see Spider-Man Far From Home eventually. But yeah, we'll review that next week and Midsummer because they look like good movies. So yeah,
Yeah.
see you later. Good
See ya.
goodbye, fellas.